Hi everyone, it's Michelle here, and I wanted to share an album with y'all that I just finished creating. It is another fabric album. We have a flowered pattern on the front, and then I seamed in some canvas that runs around the spine, and then it continues, and the back goes to the flowered pattern. And I do have some lace that runs around, and then at the top here I have a little pearl with some little flowers and some little vines that are kind of hanging down with it. It is another soft binding, and it is a combination of paper and fabric, and I will show y'all how that's done at the end of this video. Alright, we have a ribbon closure. And we'll start with the first page. Oh, I forgot to show y'all the paper that I used. It is Craft and You. I got the Rose Garden collection, which has lots of beautiful pink roses. And little music notes. I like that wood pattern there. And then I also use same Craft and You, the Vintage Time. And I will put a link in the description box below where I purchased that. Okay, on my first page here, this album has lots of lace and flowers throughout. We have a lace here with some little hearts and bows with the pearls. You can see that. We have a little metal embellishment here, some little flat flowers and a feather. And then we have a swing tab here, and this also you could slide a picture up in underneath here and then open up. You can put a picture here, and this one I did a little pocket made out of vellum, so it still shows the pretty picture behind, and I have that stitched inside. At the top here we have a little doily shaped like a heart. I have a little crocheted doily there, and a little heart shaped with the Martha Stewart paper molds. Slide that back in there. Alright, on the next page we have a ribbon closure, and we have lots of little flowers, another little crochet doily. We have some metal embellishments. I have a little tag here. You could put a photo mat. Let me show you here. This one unties like this. You have room for a photo here. Then it flips out, and you can have room for a photo here, and it'll tuck underneath that little tag that I made there. Okay, our next page we have another ribbon closure, and then I have some ribbon layered through here, and I have that stitched down. We have a heart-shaped chipboard piece, lots of flowers, some ivory buttons, and this one comes untied like this. A photo here, and then you have room for a photo here. Excuse me, and a photo here. On this page we have another chipboard piece like a sign, and you can put a picture inside here. And we have flowers, we have some lace throughout, a little flowered fabric flower, and a little doily, another fabric flower here. On this side we have a little chipboard piece excuse me, that's a fence. We have a little feather coming out here, and then you could take a photo and slide it underneath here. And we have some lace and lots of little pictures and a little fabric lace butterfly there. On this page we have some trim, fabric trim across the top, or lace trim, a little heart ivory button, and some flowers through, and we have room for a photo here, and then room for a photo here, and it also kind of tucked underneath this picture. Alright. On this next page, we have a cutout where you could slide a photo in underneath here, and then that is stitched in place. And we have some leaf trim here, some more of those little flowers with the embellishment, the little gemstone in the center of them. We have some flowers here. Not sure if you can pick up. I got some little plastic ivory leaves that I thought were really pretty that I added to there also. On this page here we have another one of those Martha Stewart molds that I created. We have some little flowers. I'm not sure if y'all can see all that. Let me try and zoom in a little bit without maybe getting y'all too dizzy. Alright. There we are. We have a little fabric leaf there. And this top part has a swing tab, and then you could place photo here, and then I took fabric and stitched it onto the back of this, and you can see you could put a photo here, and a photo here, and a photo here. And this other side, which I could tell already that I forgot to put it down, apparently I was looking through it earlier, but it has a little closure like that. And we have some trim stuck in through here, a little die cut, and then another one of those Martha Stewart molds, and fabrics, flowers, little crochet dolly, some trim down here, another one of those pearl leaves, and this one would untie. You have room for a photo here, room for a photo there, and then room for a photo here. And on my last page we have a chipboard piece where I've cut out and put a picture or fussy cutout from the paper collection. And then we have lots of flowers and lace trim, some little fabric roses. And this one has a swing tab, and it folds up, room for photos, and then room for photos here and here. Alright, now that we went through the album, let me see about showing you how that binding does. Okay. The paper is the width that represents the gusset that you're going to have in between your pages, and also the length of your page. And then I have some fabric canvas that I've cut it about 2 inches. And then you take your gusset piece and you want to glue it into the center of your fabric piece. Whoops. And I use Fabri-Tac glue for this. Just going to tack it down real quick. And it does, the paper gusset does have a little bit of an overhang because the fabric is what attaches to your pages and you don't want that to overlap on the outside of your page. As far as the back binding, which is this binding piece here, I use a really lightweight chipboard. I actually purchased it to use in my Cricut machine, so it is a really lightweight chipboard. So we take our gusset piece with our fabric, and what we want to do is we want to take it and glue it down to where, let's see if I can handle this. Let me zoom in a little bit. Alright, we want the paper of your, hold on, sorry ladies, we want the paper of your gusset to be all the way to the edge of your back binding, and then that part glued in place. I'm just going to secure it a little bit. Alright. So what you're going to end up with is you're going to have this fabric edge overhang. Alright, for your next piece, what I do is, I got glue running everywhere, I take this piece of the fabric and I fold it over and put my ruler on it just to give it some weight to move it out of the way. And then I take just a scrap piece of chipboard, because all I want is the width, and I push that all the way up against there. And then we're going to take our next gusset piece and fabric. Like I said, I got glue all over the place now. Alright, so we're going to hold this here, and the same thing, we want our paper gusset to be all the way as close to the chipboard piece as you can, because that is your page. These pages are made out of chipboard. So I'm going to put that paper and keep pressing it and pushing it against that chipboard piece. And I know this one's a little short. Well, you can't see it. It's a little short, but I'm just trying to do this just to demonstrate. And then I'm fixing to show y'all one that's almost finished. I just want to let that adhere a little bit, and I'm just running my fingers up and down and towards the chipboard piece. And then we can take that part out. And what we have is a little gap right there that when we finish putting all our gussets in, we're going to come back and put in our chipboard piece, which I do have one that's finished for y'all. This is going to be a baby album that I'm making, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 pages for this one. And then I also did some stitching down each one to hold it in place. So your outside flaps are going to be what adheres it to your cover, and then your inside flaps, and I have a chipboard piece here. This is my page of my baby album. It's 10.5 by 10, and it slides inside there, our little opening, each opening that we made, and then we take and we glue here, press that in, then we glue here and we press that in, and then that's what holds your pages. So again, I dropped everything. That slides up, and these both sides are glued, and then that's what you have is your page coming out. And then for the back fabric that you see that flips over this edge here, once you have all your stitching done, and I'm not going to complete it because I still have one more that I need to stitch, then you're going to take another fabric that's the same width as your complete spine here, and you're going to lay it on top of there, and then both the top and the bottom you're just going to glue, roll, put some more glue, and you're going to roll it all the way to the top of your paper, and that way you'll end up with a nice pretty finish on the end. Alright, well, I hope all that was clear enough for you. I am about to do a tutorial for my Rose Quartz album. Amy, thank you for watching and asked for a tutorial. So I am going to work on that next, and I'll get it to you guys as soon as I can. So if you have any questions, please leave me a comment, and I would love it if you guys would share my video. Thanks. Bye.